I'm not blaming anybody, but why didn't someone tell me that wearing a skirt would make me feel so powerful?
Men are not meant to be dominant. Men are meant to be submissive. They're meant to be worker ants. They're supposed to listen to women.
Nobody cares about when you do that and there's like muscles there. Nobody cares about that. We don't want to see that.
Obesity in America. It's something we don't like talking about, but it's hard to ignore. Let's face it, we're getting fat. In fact, it's so bad, some call it an epidemic.
Life's too short to exercise. I'm just gonna be honest. There's so many better things to do than exercise. We have finite time on this earth.
So it's okay to be weak.
Man up! You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no, we working out now. No more alcohol, not right now. I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something.
To be more than a conqueror, you have to learn to enjoy the pain. If you want to survive, you can try to defeat me. You don't know it's the pain that'll feed me. And I'm gonna take back what you took before. Cause I was born for this. All the bones that you're breaking, you pretend you're the one that can save me. Now I'm taking it back, it was never yours. I'm fighting for my focus. Give the pain a purpose. Light the fire inside, feel it come alive. Show them what I'm made of. Victories for the brave ones who never bow the knee when it's do or die. One more time. Surviving the game. I can be unstoppable. Then I'll walk through hell, then I'll shake the walls. Surviving the game. Living the impossible. I'm a champion indestructible. Survive, 'cause I'm surviving the game. Unstoppable, then I'm indestructible. I can be unstoppable, then I'm indestructible. All the liars around me, like the walls of the walls that surround me. In the face of the fear, I keep standing tall. 'Cause I will conquer this. I come out like a lion. I was born to be demon defiant, and I won't ever let this kingdom fall. Show them what you're made of. Victories for the brave ones. Never bow the knee, 'cause it's do or die. One more time. Surviving the game. I can be unstoppable. Then I'll walk through hell, then I'll shake the walls. Surviving the game. Living the impossible. I'm a champion indestructible. Survive, 'cause I'm surviving the game. I am more than a conqueror.
weak men such a problem?
Well, weak people are a problem in general. And I don't mean physically weak. I mean cowardly, let's say, and deceitful, because I'm thinking it more in terms of moral weakness. Well, there's a variety of reasons. First of all, if you can't support your own weight, let's say, then someone else has to do it. And that's not good. And then if you don't make your pathway, if you don't pick a forthright and useful and noble pathway through life, then you'll become bitter and too hurt by the tragedy of existence. And then you tend to seek your revenge wherever you can get it. And that's not good. So it's a mistake on all fronts. It's not good for you. It's not good for your family. It's not good for the community. It's certainly not a good medium to long-term strategy, because life is very, very difficult, and you have to be prepared for that. And I had a watcher the other night. He was at my lecture in Oslo, and he wrote me a letter. He was a 17-year-old boy, and he said that my work had been very helpful to him. His father had died suddenly about 6 months before, and he found his dad when he was dying and was very, very shocked and horrified and hurt by what had happened. And I had recommended on my YouTube lectures that one thing you could aim for was to be the strongest person at your father's funeral. And so that's what he did. And he helped his mom, and he wrote a 200-word eulogy and got through it. And so good for him. That's strength and necessary. It's a terrible thing that happened, but he did everything he could not to make it any worse than it had to be.
But do you never see that showing weakness can be a strength too?
Not weakness, vulnerability. That's a whole different thing. To admit to the fact that you're vulnerable, that's a form of courage. That's not a form of weakness. But that leads you to take whatever steps are necessary to deal with that properly. It isn't some facade that you're invulnerable. No one is invulnerable by any stretch of the imagination. And to stand up and face that is the best route that you have.